It's hard to have these hopes and dreams, especially when I got...
Yeah. Well, first of all, Ben, I'd like to say thank you very much for interviewing me, and thank you very much for having me as well. I've watched a few of your videos, and I think they're really, really cool and informative, and it's great to be a part of your YouTube channel. But yeah, to answer your first question, yeah, my real name is Benjamin. I am currently 26. I'll be 27 on June the 1st. I started playing Second Life back in 2004, and I was 14 years old or 13 years old back then. So technically I was illegally playing Second Life, because back then you had to be 18. This was kind of pre-Team Grid as well. Yeah, so back in 2004 when I first joined Second Life, it was predominantly 18-year-olds only. So 18 plus, so the minimum age would obviously be 18 years old to play. And then I think around mid 2005, late 2005, Second Life introduced Teen Second Life, which is for anyone between the ages of 13 and 17. And it was a total separate grid to the main grid here on Second Life right now. You had to obviously be between 13 and 17, and I got found out about my age here on Second Life. Someone found out that I was underage and reported me to the Lindens, and obviously that resulted me in getting an unfortunate ban. So I was banned from Second Life for around, I'm not sure, maybe about 4 months, 5 months or whatever. And then as soon as they introduced the Team Grid, I sent an email in and requested to be transferred over there, and I did. So yeah, I spent quite a few years on the Team Grid before they unfortunately closed it down. And I say unfortunately because it's nice to have, to be able to get like all different kind of age groups and communities and stuff together to be able to play Second Life. I'm from England. I live in the north of England, technically on the Yorkshire/Lancashire border is where I live. So I'm in the north of England. I've lived here most of my life, but I was originally from the Yorkshire area originally, and then I moved over here where I am right now. So I heard about Second Life back in 2003. Was it 2003? I think it was late 2003, early 2004, and I was only on the internet. Like I literally bought my first ever computer. I had dial-up internet back then. And I was, well, I mean, I've always wanted to have the internet, and I was, unfortunately, my parent could never afford to have the internet, and we eventually got the internet, and I was only on the internet for like 2 months, and I found out about all these cool virtual worlds and things, because I used to love playing computer games. I used to genuinely love playing video games, and it comes to the point where I couldn't afford to buy any more games or whatever. And obviously there was another game called there.com, which was first introduced to me by my best friend. His Second Life username is Davo Huber, and he was playing there.com for a little bit, which is another virtual world if any of your viewers don't know what that is. And some people on there obviously found out about Second Life, and they kind of jumped ship. They went from there.com over here to Second Life, and that's what my friend Davo Huber did. So every time when I used to go around to his house and we'd relax and play video games together and stuff, he was always on the computer playing on this virtual world called Second Life, and I was like, what is that? Like, why? And I was just fascinated by it, because every single person within the world of Second Life was a live person, and for me that was just incredible. I thought that was just the most amazing thing. So that was a huge interest, and another kind of interest and a key selling point to me was the fact that everyone within the virtual world of Second Life was able to create, they were able to create anything they wish for. So there were people setting up, virtual homes and things. Obviously, it looked a lot different than it is now. I mean, we've obviously been introduced to mesh right now, which basically just makes objects and clothing appear such more beautiful and realistic. Whereas back then it was much different. You'd right click on the floor, you'd go to object, and you'll just create whatever you've got there. You couldn't really mess around with it. And I used to play The Sims a lot as well, so I could see a huge resemblance in The Sims and Second Life. But yeah, I was introduced to Second Life through my best friend at the time, Dave Huber, and it was initial cost of $9.95, because back then you'd have to pay for Second Life. So it was $9.95, one-time fee, and you're in, and then you get like a weekly stipend, a weekly allowance from Linden Labs, and it was $50 Linden a month. $50 Linden a week, and I still get that right now. Old accounts who have purchased them before, we get a stipend of $50 Linden a week, and then if we upgrade our account to premium, which currently my account right now is on premium, we get $600 Linden a week instead of having, I think it's 300. So yeah. So back when I first started my kind of life, or my journey here in Second Life, back then when I first joined in 2004, I used to spend a lot of time with my best friend, Dave Huber, and he introduced me to all of his friends, and we used to hang around the sandbox a lot. We used to... well, I could never build, and I could never script, so I used to watch people build, and it was amazing. I would literally right-click on the ground, create like a regular object, and sit on the floor, and I just watch people create. And it was the most amazing thing ever. Was I could in real time I could see that item or object they was doing, what they was molding into shape. And I remember watching my best friend Dave Huber at the time again, and he made a helicopter, and I saw that go right from the beginning when he first right-clicked the ground and pressed object to create an object, to the very last object he created on that. And then he started spending hours and hours and hours scripting it and putting all these sound animations in. And he was actually featured in a YouTube video, which is still online now. I checked it the other day. I think it was posted back in 2006, 2007 on YouTube, or it might have been a little bit later. It's a video from way back in 2004, and it features that helicopter. It's by a creator called Total Boffin, and he made a brief Second Life trailer, and that very own helicopter was actually featured in there. So yeah, it's great. But yeah, when I first joined Second Life, I just pretty much just went around to every single sim. I took a major interest in a sim called Midnight City, which is unfortunately not around anymore. It was a beautiful, beautiful sim with beautiful shops, and it was full of cool people. But yeah, unfortunately, that's closed down now. Right now, I don't have much time to play Second Life as much as I'd have liked to do, or used to do, shall I say. And a lot of the places around Second Life what I used to go to when I first joined has now unfortunately closed down. But I do like to go to Abbott's, ABBOTS, which was back then one of the first skydiving and the first Second Life airport ever to be available. The business closed down, I believe, or the business got sold, and it's now back up and running again. But it's not as big as it used to be. It's only a really, really small portion of it right now, but it's still available. So I still like to go to Abbott's with a few Second Life friends of mine, and I like to still go skydiving, and I like to go on the public islands. I like to go to all the sandboxes still and watch people create things. Um, I now do a little bit of virtual fishing as well, which is something I do just when I'm bored, when I'm waiting for a couple of friends to log in, and yeah, there's a nice place which is in my pics on my profile, and it's a meditation sim where they have guest speakers on from real life Buddhas, and they'll preach, and they will give maybe some advice and guidance, and then we'd all meditate together and things. And it's a really, really nice sim. I believe the sim's full of, I think it's two sims altogether. There's residents at the side of the sim, which is obviously the other one to the main one, and that's full of residents' houses and staff who works there. But the main one, it's a really, really beautiful place. If anyone's watching, go to my pics and check that out. I have met a lot of friends in Second Life. I was absent for so long though, unfortunately. Um, I played Second Life pretty much 12 hours a day from 2004 to 2006, 2007. It was a massive part of my life. Um, Obviously, I had the brief part in when I got banned for being underage, and then when I was released back onto the team grid, I still played then, but you could only play for a certain amount of hours a day, and I think it was just under 12 hours I used to play on the team grid before I got transferred back over to the main grid. But yeah, I haven't met anyone from Second Life in real life, although if I do consider friends in Second Life like really, really good friends, then I usually get their email address or their Discord username or Steam username or something like that, and we'll have a more of a relationship outside, really. Because I mean, I've met some fantastic people online. Like one of my best friends called Shane. He lives in New York, and I met him through my YouTube videos, which I'm guessing we'll probably talk a little bit about later on in this interview. But yeah, I haven't met anyone from Second Life, but I'd like to. I'd like to. But I do know someone who plays Second Life. Obviously, that's my my best friend. Yeah, well, obviously, Second Life's been a huge part of my life for so many years. I mean, it obviously started back in 2004, and part of my university work, the very last year, so our third year, was to complete a major independent study, which is also known as a dissertation, and it's a maximum of 12,000 words or a minimum of 10,000 words, and it's on any subject we want to kind of dig deeper to find out information about something we're really, really passionate about. So my course was full of the entertainment industry and things like that. So a lot of people did music, a lot of people did movies or some kind of entertainment within their theatre, and acting and drama, things like that. And I wanted to dig deeper into Second Life because it's been such a huge part of my life for so many years. So I did a social, political, and economic assessment from 2004 to 2016. I dug deeper into the growth of Second Life and, unfortunately, the decline of Second Life and what caused the decline and what was the reasons for that. And I interviewed some old people within Second Life, and I say old as in their avatar, how old their avatar is. So there were some people who was a little bit older than me in Second Life, so from 2003 and obviously 2004 onwards. And I mean, it's fantastic that they're still in game now, but unfortunately they left, or they kind of didn't feel Second Life was moving any forward, or they didn't like it or whatever. And that was predominantly because of the management. It was management, it was a bad customer service. These are all the biggest trends what came out of my research was bad management, bad customer service, and very, very, very expensive. still now very expensive. And obviously some of the technical issues as well, because you still have to have maybe kind of a mid to high powered computer to be able to successfully run Second Life of any kind of formal graphics, really, to be able to fully enjoy Second Life. You would have to get that, and not many people are able to do that. Not many people are able to afford high speed internet, or a high a mid to high powered computer. So I did my 12,000 words, my major independent study on Second Life, social, political and economic assessment from 2004 to 2015. Yeah, we started in November and we finished in, I think it was the end of March. So a long, long time. And obviously we had different projects and things like that to worry about as well. If it was just solely kind of concentrating 100% on that, then it would have taken less time, huge less time. But yeah, because we had different things, it took 4 or 5 months or something in total to get all that. And I use different sources as well. So I obviously use my friends who still play Second Life now, some random people who I saw about in the sandbox, I'd ask them. I'd actively search on Instagram for people who's used tags as Second Life or SL or Linden Lab. But my main source of information, where I got it all from, and some of the most valuable people to me, what really did help me do my dissertation, was on a third-party Second Life website called sluniverse.com. It's a very, very popular Second Life community, full of old people who was literally started Second Life from day dot. So some people on there who are as old as me, and they really, really helped me on there. I basically created a thread on there. And when I created the thread, I explained everything about how I was doing this university work, and I needed some kind of interviewees and things like that. And they really, really helped me on there. And it's a community I've been a part of since 2010. Well, yeah, I've been making videos as long as I've been in Second Life as well. I mean, I started video blogging on YouTube back in 2005. And I still actively do the videos now, but I've changed channels a few times. So my original YouTube channel name was DashTube1. And then I went from that one to Mr. Benji TV. And then my final one now is Silverhawk Zero, SILVAHAWK, and then the number 0, Silverhawk Zero. Just basically old school video blogs. I don't usually, well, right now I'm really limited on time at the moment because I work a lot of hours. So by the time I get home from work, I'm really tired and I want to relax. So I'll jump on Second Life for a little bit. I'll watch some TV. I'll watch a TV show or a movie or something like that. But yeah, in my spare time, I love to make YouTube videos, and the videos I make are just general video blogs of my day-to-day goings. Like if I'm going anywhere, if I'm going to see a movie, or I'm going to see a place. Just for example, I went up to Scotland. I went into Edinburgh for New Year. I took my video camera with me. I started from the day I left my apartment here till the time I arrived at the hotel. I vlogged all that. I just kind of want people to I want to share a bit of my life with people. Like I said before in the interview, I actually met one of my best friends online. He was called Shane. He's called Shane. He used to make YouTube videos, and I watched him for many, many years. And in 2010, he said, "Why don't you come out? You should come out and see me one day." And he lives in New York, so I went over for the first time to America. Bearing in mind, it's always been an absolute dream of mine, living in America ever since I was so small, and I will get there eventually. There's just a few things I want to kind of clear up here before I go ahead and do that. But yeah, I went over to America and I went to New York for the first time. I met Shane. I returned in 2011, which is obviously the year after that, and then returned again in 2013. So yeah, fantastic experience, and yeah, that's my YouTube channel. Definitely positive. I'm still here now to live the tale. But yeah, I mean, Second Life for me has just been so much of a really positive influence on me. When I was younger, I unfortunately went through some negative things, and for me to be able to log into Second Life and meet the people I've met and things like that, it was kind of a escapism for me. And that's what I also learned when I was doing my research for my dissertation at university. I learned that a lot of people was playing Second Life because it was escapism from their real life, or they had such a bad experience within real life, they kind of wanted to make it again, and you know, and kind of using Second Life as a platform to be able to do that. All the people I met through Second Life has always been really great people, people who's influenced me, influenced some ideas I had, and really connecting with some really great people. So for me, Second Life has been such a positive experience, and I've always talked about Second Life to all my friends. You know, Second Life has been a huge part of my life, and it's still there right now. It's still very close to my heart, and I hope that Second Life will continue to be as healthy as it is right now. It's obviously going to be a little bit of a game changer once Project Sansar gets released, and Philip Rosedale, which is the founder of Second Life, when his project is fully released as well, which is high fidelity. Hoping that a lot of people will not jump ships from Second Life to them two. Obviously, I'm going to be on there to kind of support them both, Linden Lab's side and Philip Rosedale's side. But I really want to see Second Life continue. I mean, Second Life's been around for, what, 14 years now or something? It's a huge privilege to be able to say that Second Life's still around about in this day and age. That's a huge achievement. I mean, you know, the tech, you know, within the tech life, 5 years is such a long time, but to say Second Life is still relatively healthy in today's day and age, and it got through the unfortunate economic climate back in 2008, and you know, still rose above it, and we're back on the other side. But yeah, Second Life's been a huge benefit to me, a huge positive on my life, and I'd continue to support Second Life until it closes its association with it. Where I was actually starstruck, you know, to be honest. You know, such an intelligent, nice man. You know, who's created just fantastic things within a virtual world. Has created a virtual world, and yeah, I briefly had a brief conversation with Philip Rosedale in High Fidelity one time, but yeah, I'm really looking forward to High Fidelity and Project Sansar. In fact, I actually do believe that Project Sansar is going to be released early this year, to be honest. So hopefully, March, May, April, we might see Project Sansar fully open its doors. If Project Sansar is really going to kind of catch me, then I possibly would buy a dedicated Windows machine with a high-end graphics card and a high-end computer specs just to play that. And I haven't been with Windows for a long time. I made the switch back in 2007 when I first bought my iMac. So hopefully it will support Windows Mac-based machines. If not, then I could quite possibly see myself buying a dedicated computer just to play that. just kind of want to say a huge thank you to you for interviewing me and being a part of your YouTube channel and things. It's also very nice to meet you, Benny, and I wish you every success within Second Life, every happiness with you and your girlfriend, and your YouTube channel as well. Keep it on that grind.